Hello and welcome to another episode of the CUFI Weekly, and this week we've got to talk about anti-Semitism. And yes, we talk about anti-Semitism a lot because sadly it is rampant in much of Western society. But I want to talk about anti-Semitism on the political spectrum, but this time on the right. For long we've known that anti-Semitism has been thriving on the fringes of the left and the right, but it really needs addressing right now. Because what we've seen in the last 2 years is it being normalized on the right. We've seen podcasters, other personalities really embrace this anti-Semitic narrative. Recently, Tucker Carlson said that he despises Christian Zionists the most. He essentially said that they were practicing heresy. Now that's a really interesting statement to say. One, because it's completely false, and two, really shows that Christian Zionists apparently live in Tucker Carlson's head rent-free, that he despises them that much. He of course said this in a conversation with avowed white nationalist Nick Fuentes on his podcast. Now this is part of a much larger problem, and especially a pattern we've seen with Tucker. He claims that he cares about America. It's about America first. It's about putting America above all else. How does attacking the Jewish community in America, how does attacking the Jewish people, how does attacking Zionists help America? When he's been very sympathetic in his wording to Hamas in certain statements he said. He's even questioned whether they're a terrorist group, the organization which has killed Americans. He questions if they're a terrorist group, but he claims to be putting America first. Tucker is not the first person to push this narrative. He won't be the last. But the more we hear it, the more it becomes into the mainstream, it's a problem. Because it always starts with words. The late Irving Roth, a dear friend and a dear friend of CUFI, a Holocaust survivor, would always say it started with words. The Holocaust didn't start with actions, it didn't start with the gas chambers, it started with words. And I'm not saying that it is 1939, but we need to be on guard for these sort of words, especially those who put across these anti-Semitic words wrapped in the idea that they are somehow doing good for America, when all they're doing is tearing at the very fabric of our society. Jew hatred, be it on the right or the left, are evil. You can have criticisms of the Israeli government. That is fine. Israelis criticize their government more than probably anyone else. But it's very bizarre when you sit in America, you're not Israeli, and you obsess over a foreign government. And then they go, no, it's because we give aid to Israel. That's why we feel the need to criticize Israel. You give aid to Egypt, you give aid to Jordan. I don't hear you criticizing those governments. I don't see you having to make a big deal and have guests on your podcasts talking about how those governments are doing wrong. It seems like you have a Jewish problem. And here's the fact, and this is what I want everyone to remember. Our theology is not for sale. Our theology is not something which is dictated by society or what people or mass movements believe is right or wrong. Our theology is rooted in the Bible, and that is non-negotiable. So for those people who are using theology to weaponize their Jew hatred, you are dead wrong. And that is why we must all speak up, why we must all reject this, and we must not be silent. It cannot and it will not happen on our watch. This is Kasim Hafeez for the CUFI Weekly. For Zion's sake, do not remain silent. Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to cufi.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.